Jada held her breath. What am I doing here? It felt like she had fallen through Alice's looking glass. To her side, Painter Crow placed his hand on a security pad inside the elevator. A blue line scanned his palm, and the elevator cage began to drop into the earth. Their jet had made the cross-country trip in less than 5 hours. After landing, they had been whisked by private car to the National Mall, stopping at the majestic Smithsonian Castle, a flag waving from its highest tower. As she had stepped out of the car, she had looked with new eyes at the historic building with its jumble of red brick parapets, turrets, and spires. Completed in 1855, the structure was considered one of the finest examples of Gothic revival in the United States, and now served as the heart of the many museums that made up the nation's Smithsonian Institution. Having grown up in Congress Heights, a poorer area in southeast D.C., she had visited the castle countless times as a girl. Visiting the museums had been free, and her mother, a single parent, encouraged her daughter's education in every way she could. I never knew this was under here, Jada said in a hushed voice as the elevator dropped into the subterranean world beneath the castle. These levels were once bunkers and fallout shelters. Back in World War II, it even served as home to a scientific think tank. After that, it was abandoned and forgotten. Such a prime piece of Washingtonian real estate as this? She offered Painter a crooked grin. He smiled back. For someone 2 decades older than her, he was a fine-looking man, with his dark hair laced by a single snowy lock and those blue eyes. After their long conversation during the flight here, she also found him remarkably smart, with a wide swath of knowledge on many subjects, with the exception of the history of jazz. But she could forgive him that lapse, especially when those blue eyes danced in sunlight. Once I discovered these dusty levels, he said, it struck me as a perfect haunt for Sigma to set up shop. What with its easy access both to the labs of the Smithsonian and to the halls of power in D.C. She heard the flicker of fatherly pride in his voice. He was plainly happy to show it off to newcomers, which she suspected must be a rare event. The elevator doors whooshed open into a long central hallway. This is the command level, he said, leading the way. Ahead is our central communications nest, the nerve center of Sigma. As they approached, a slim woman in the dress blues of the Navy stepped out of the room to greet them. She was handsome in a hard way, perhaps made more severe by the short bob of her auburn hair. Jada also thought she noted a trace of faint scars across her cheeks, but she refrained from staring. "Director Crow," the woman said. "Glad to have you back, sir." "This is Captain Catherine Bryant," Painter introduced. "My second in command." "Cat is fine." She shook Jada's hand with an overly firm grip, but the warmth of her small smile softened the greeting. "Welcome, Dr. Shaw." Jada licked her lips, anxious to see more of this world, but she knew their timetable was short. "How are preparations going?" Painter asked. "I'd like to have this team moving in less than an hour." "You heard about Commander Pierce?" she asked, and led them into the communications room. The oval space was small, dominated by a curved bank of monitors and computer interfaces. "I did. We'll work around him if need be. I assume you're offering him whatever support he needs?" Kat cast him a withering glance, suggesting she'd do nothing less. She settled into a chair before the monitors, like a pilot taking the helm. "As to the itinerary for this mission, Monsignor Verona and his niece will be taking the first morning flight out of Rome headed to Kazakhstan. It's a 5-hour flight for them. If we stay on schedule here and get wheels up in an hour, our team